People might call me crazy. I prefer the word passionate. Hi everybody, Rachel from Leo and Lucky's. On today's episode of Learning with Leo and Lucky's, we're going to talk about how adding some raw to your pet's food is better than no raw at all. A lot of people want to add it, but they're a little bit hesitant. Some people think that it's a lot of work, but it doesn't have to be. Why do we want to add raw? With dogs in the wild, their primary source of nutrition is going to be meat. Yes, they're getting some vegetables and some grains out of the contents of the stomach of the prey that they have eaten, but they are truly carnivores by nature. So the more meat we can add to their diet, the better. It's going to automatically decrease your carb load if you're not doing as much kibble. And sometimes the carbs for some dogs, if they're not burning it off, it'll actually store as fat, and then that's going to be a problem for them down the line. The other reason why I like to do some of these moisture-rich ones is because we're adding moisture. And I have talked about moisture forever, but I'll reiterate, natural diet for a dog would be, or a cat for that matter, would be 78% moisture. When we give them just kibble, it's actually a little bit taxing on their body because they have to pull so much moisture from their body to be able to break down that kibble. So the more moisture we add to it, and I'm not just talking about water because the bioavailability of the water is different than something that's a moisture-rich nutrient. So if you're adding something that has nutrients in it also, you're going to have better bioavailability and you're going to be adding that moisture to the pet's diet that they really need. So the first one that we're going to talk about are these elixirs. Cool thing about these is they come in 3 different formulas. One is the green smoothie, which is going to be for your immune boost. That's going to be heavy in kale, and it's also in pork broth, so very palatable. And kale is actually a natural anti-inflammatory. So if you have dogs with skin issues or inflammation, this would be one that you would want to do. I really like these little silicone ice cube trays. Reason being is some people are like, well, I'm not going to go through this in a week. I've got a really small dog. No problem. Defrost this, make your little ice cubes, and then put it in a Ziploc baggie. Make sure you label them so that your family member doesn't think that it's something for them. Just put these guys in the little ice cube trays and pull them out as you need them. So I highly recommend, if you're just doing all this stuff as a topper and not as a full feed, that these will be a good way for you not to waste anything. Muscle Melange, high in omegas, great for dogs with hips and joint problems. And then we have a winter squash as well, and that's going to be for any of your sensitive stomach guys or your tummy troubles. Goat milk. You guys have probably seen some of my other videos. I am a huge fan of goat milk. I suggest it for everyone. Good for picky eaters, good for inflammation, good for adding more probiotics to the diet. This is raw and it's fermented, so the fermentation helps kill all of the bad bacteria, but with the raw, being that it's not pasteurized, it keeps all of the good bacteria. Again, with this, if you don't feel that you're going to use it within a week's time, make your little ice cubes, and then you can just defrost them as you need them. Something super easy, because everybody does treats, do some freeze-dried raw. And what these guys are is, this guy's a beef liver, this one's a lamb heart. We have lots of other options, but the dogs go crazy over these. My dogs would probably wash the car if that was one of their rewards afterwards. So highly recommend. They break up nicely, so you don't have to do the big chunk if you've got something at home that's smaller. Tucker's Frozen. So these guys come in either 4-ounce patties or 8-ounce patties, and you can use it as a topper for your food. They come in little single-serve sealed packages. So lots of different flavors and easy to measure out. With the 4-ounce, if you score it into 4s, you have a little 1-ounce portion. And then just pull these out as you need them. Primal just came out with toppers. We're really excited about these. They come in 5 different flavors. And this one here is the Butcher Blend. So this is going to be all of your meat, bone, and organ. So this is just going to be something that's a topper. This is not a full feed, unlike some of the other formulas that they have. They also have one that's called the Market Mix, and that's going to be all of your meats, your organs, your bones, as well as your veggies. If you don't want to get your hands dirty and you go, ew, every time you see something raw, do freeze-dried. These guys are made by Boss Dog. They have 3 different flavors. We have loads of other brands that have freeze-dried too, so don't feel like you just have to do this guy. I like it because they're little nibbles, so they're little tiny morsels, and you can just do a couple of them. You can use them as training treats. They pocket very well, they don't crumble, highly palatable. When you have something that's raw that you've freeze-dried, you've made that meat concentration even stronger, so the palatability is amazing. Come in and talk to us because we would love to give you some options on how to boost your bowl and how to add some more stuff to it. The dogs love it. It's a great way to give them variety without having to do a full raw feed. Thank you very much, and I hope you guys have a great day.